Blackstone Hollow, a cursed town steeped in darkness, lay hidden within the depths of a dense and foreboding forest. Its eerie atmosphere was accentuated by the ever-present mist that perpetually blanketed the area, leaving a trail of chilling dread in its wake. Whispers of malevolent spirits and haunting apparitions circled the town like an age-old curse that refused to be forgotten. At the heart of this chilling tale stood Evelyn Hart, a gifted psychic medium with a troubled past. Since childhood, she had been able to see and communicate with spirits, their presence an undeniable part of her reality. While others shunned the supernatural, Evelyn embraced her gift, seeing it as a means to help the lost souls find peace and closure. The tragedy that haunted Evelyn's past had driven her to explore the unknown, seeking answers where others dared not tread. She lived on the edge of two worlds, constantly straddling the boundary between the living and the dead. Her fearlessness in the face of the unexplainable had garnered her both admirers and skeptics. One day, as she was perusing the local newspaper, a headline caught her eye. "Family disappears mysteriously in Blackstone Hollow." Intrigued by the cryptic report, she felt an inexplicable pull, as though the spirits themselves were urging her to investigate. Detective Marcus Stevens, her skeptical partner, scoffed at the notion that something supernatural was at play. "People disappear all the time," he retorted dismissively. Yet Evelyn knew better. The symbols left on the walls of the family's home spoke a language known only to her, the language of the spirits. Without hesitation, she packed her bags and set out for Blackstone Hollow. The town had always been an enigma, its past obscured by time and a curse that had long since plagued its residents. Legend had it that an ancient evil, a malevolent entity known as the Shadow Man, had taken root in the town centuries ago, preying on the weak and vulnerable. Upon her arrival, the oppressive mist clung to her like a suffocating shroud. Blackstone Hollow welcomed her with an icy chill, and the uneasy glances of its residents seemed to whisper of the darkness that lay within. As she walked through the cobbled streets, she encountered an enigmatic figure known as Old Man Harrison. He was a local with deep ties to the supernatural world, rumored to have knowledge of the town's darkest secrets. "You're Evelyn Hart, the psychic medium," he said, his voice a low, gravelly whisper. "You seek answers, but be wary of what you find." Evelyn's curiosity was piqued. "Tell me about the family that disappeared," she implored. "They vanished without a trace," he replied cryptically. "But beware, child, for the Shadow Man is always watching." Her encounter with Old Man Harrison left her with more questions than answers. Yet she persisted, determined to unravel the truth behind the family's disappearance. The townspeople were reticent, unwilling to speak of the supernatural forces that loomed over Blackstone Hollow. Marcus's skepticism only intensified as he considered the townsfolk to be superstitious fools. However, Evelyn sensed an undercurrent of fear in their eyes, a fear she knew all too well, the fear of the unknown. As she delved deeper into the investigation, Evelyn stumbled upon an old journal hidden in the depths of a dusty attic. Its pages recounted a tale of horror, one that sent shivers down her spine. The journal belonged to a woman named Isabel Hawthorne, a former resident of Blackstone Hollow, who had experienced firsthand the malevolence of the Shadow Man. Isabel's words spoke of an ancient artifact, a cursed mirror, that once hung in the heart of the town. It was said that the mirror had been used by a sinister cult to summon the Shadow Man into the mortal realm. The cult's rituals had unleashed a torrent of darkness upon Blackstone Hollow, and the Shadow Man's malevolence had claimed countless lives over the centuries. The mirror had since disappeared, but its malevolence endured. Its whispers echoed through the town, and its presence hung like a shadow over the people of Blackstone Hollow. As the days passed, Evelyn found herself plagued by disturbing visions and unexplainable occurrences. Objects moved on their own, and eerie apparitions appeared in the corner of her eye. The town seemed to pulsate with a malevolent energy, and she couldn't shake the feeling that the Shadow Man was watching her every move. In her quest for answers, she encountered a reclusive artist named Thomas Winters. His paintings depicted haunting scenes of death and despair, each brushstroke capturing the very essence of the cursed town. Evelyn couldn't help but wonder if his art was a reflection of his fascination with the macabre or a deeper connection to the darkness that enveloped Blackstone Hollow. Dr. Isabella Hartman, a historian with a penchant for the town's dark history, was another intriguing character. She possessed a wealth of knowledge about the cursed mirror and the cult that had once thrived in Blackstone Hollow. Her cold demeanor and unwavering pursuit of the truth left Evelyn uneasy. As the days turned to nights, Evelyn's visions grew more vivid and unsettling. She saw glimpses of the past, the cult's rituals, the Shadow Man's malevolence, and the fear that gripped the hearts of the townspeople. The cursed mirror had been a conduit for darkness, and its influence had extended far beyond the confines of its frame. With each revelation, Evelyn's connection to the malevolent entity seemed to strengthen. She found herself questioning her sanity, doubting the very reality she once believed in. Marcus's skepticism wavered as he witnessed the unexplainable events that surrounded them, and he began to question his beliefs. In a moment of desperation, Evelyn sought out Old Man Harrison for guidance. He spoke of the curse that had befallen Blackstone Hollow, of a past tragedy that had left scars too deep to heal. The malevolent entity's reign was fueled by fear and despair, and its power had only grown over the centuries. As Evelyn and Marcus stood at the precipice of the unknown, the cursed town seemed to close in around them. The mist thickened, obscuring their vision and heightening the sense of impending doom. Yet they pressed on, driven by a determination to confront the Shadow Man and put an end to its reign of terror. With Old Man Harrison's guidance, Evelyn discovered that the cursed mirror was the key to the Shadow Man's tether in the mortal world. To banish the malevolent entity back to its realm, they would have to destroy the mirror and sever its connection to the town. As the night of reckoning approached, Evelyn felt an overwhelming sense of dread. The town seemed to hold its breath, as though it knew that the battle between light and darkness was imminent. In the darkness of the night, Evelyn and Marcus confronted the Shadow Man. Its form was that of a shadowy figure with glowing red eyes, a chilling embodiment of fear and despair. Evelyn channeled her psychic abilities, drawing strength from the spirits that surrounded her, and Marcus stood by her side, his skepticism replaced by a newfound belief in the supernatural. With every fiber of her being, Evelyn focused her energy on the cursed mirror. The malevolent entity fought back, unleashing its fury upon them. But Evelyn was resolute, determined to break the curse that had plagued Blackstone Hollow for far too long. As the mirror splintered into 1,000 pieces, a deafening silence fell upon the town. The mist lifted, revealing a town no longer stifled by fear. The Shadow Man's presence waned, and its malevolence dissipated like a dissipating fog. Evelyn and Marcus emerged from the darkness, weary but triumphant. The curse that had plagued Blackstone Hollow had been broken, and the Shadow Man had been banished back to its realm. As they left the cursed town behind, Evelyn couldn't shake the feeling that something lingered, the memory of the Shadow Man's malevolence and the darkness that had once consumed the town. Blackstone Hollow had been scarred by its history, and the memory of the malevolent entity would forever haunt their souls. In the aftermath, the townspeople mourned their losses, their hearts heavy with the weight of the malevolent entity's influence. But amidst the sorrow, there was also a glimmer of hope, a belief that the darkness that had plagued their town for centuries could finally be put to rest. As Evelyn and Marcus departed from Blackstone Hollow, they knew that the line between the living and the dead was thin, and the past could cast a long and chilling shadow. The curse had been broken, but the memory of the Shadow Man would forever linger in the hearts of those who had experienced its malevolence. Evelyn learned that confronting the unknown could be both a blessing and a curse, but it was a path she would continue to tread. The supernatural world held countless mysteries, and she was determined to uncover them all, one haunting tale at a time. For there were many more mysteries yet to unravel in the world of the supernatural, and Evelyn Hart would be there to face them all.